Hey everyone, it's Isha and welcome to my channel. So for today's video, I will be doing a fresh everyday makeup look that you can use whether you go to school or to work. And without further ado, let's get started.
So first, I prep my skin by simply washing my face. I don't currently use any moisturizer, so I jump straight to using sunscreen. I'm using CosRX Aloe Soothing Sunscreen for over a year now, and I personally love it because it doesn't leave a white cast on my skin. I apply the sunscreen on my forehead, cheeks, and chin and spread it throughout my face using my fingertips. Make sure that before you apply anything in your face, your hands are clean and thoroughly washed. If I feel like I didn't put enough product on my face, I just add more and spread it throughout my skin. For the primer, I'm using High Adherence Silicone Primer by The Ordinary. It's my current go-to primer and I love how it just makes my skin look smoother and perfect for my foundation. I don't usually put primer on my whole face, but just on the T-zone area of my face. I put it on my forehead, nose, and chin. And it's also important for me that I put more primer on the area below my eye bags because that's where my pores are most visible, and from there, I just spread the product throughout my face. So the next step is foundation. I'm using Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Pro Filter Foundation in the shade 230. I only use a damp sponge in applying it, and I like how regular sponges do its job without absorbing too much foundation. And it also makes the foundation look natural on skin. I apply the foundation on my face either using my fingertips or sponge, and then I blend it using the sponge. Make sure to just dab the sponge on your face and avoid dragging it so that the foundation won't look streaky. So, as you also saw earlier, I only used half pump of the product, and that's already enough for my whole face. I don't also mean to use more product because I don't want the look to be cakey, I just want the look to be more natural and skin-like finish. I also avoid putting foundation on my nose as I use whatever's left of the foundation in the sponge when everything's blended with the rest of my face, because I don't want my nose to look cakey or too full of foundation. For the brows, I use two products, but the first one is Etude House Drawing Eyebrow Pencil in the shade Dark Gray. I only use this one on the tails of my brows so that the brows will look more defined. Next product I'm using is a brow powder by Freedom in the shade Ash Brown. I'm using it with this brush and I use the darker shade in the product to complement my hair color. I just fill in the rest of my brows with the angled brush and blend the brow powder I'm using right now with the brow pencil I used on the ends of my brows a while ago. For concealer, I'm using Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in the shade Light Medium Beige. Its formula is both perfect if you're aiming for a look that's just natural or a look that completely covers the dark circles under your eyes. I just apply enough amount that gives me a medium coverage for my dark circles. I also put a little bit concealer on my lids so that when I apply eyeshadow, the pigment will be more visible. And then I just blend everything out with a damp sponge. For the bronzer, I will be using Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Bronzer in the shade Island Thing. I'm gonna apply it using an angled brush and just put enough amount to give me that bronze glow. I apply it just above the hollow of my cheeks and not directly on it because otherwise my face is gonna look droopy. I also don't forget to apply some bronzer on my temple and forehead so that my face won't look flat. For the eyeshadow, I will be using the Brown Sugar palette by ColourPop and I'll be using the shade Jamocha. For this makeup, I'll be using it just to give my lid some sort of color, and in applying it, I'm only using a blending brush. Next, I'll be using a regular eyelash curler before applying mascara. What I usually do is I curl my lashes on each eye and hold it for about 30 seconds. Also, just a tip for everyone when using eyelash curler. It's better to heat it with a hair dryer than leave it for a while to cool down. Then use it to curl your lashes. But make sure it's not too hot or too cold. That way, your eyelashes will curl more easily and it'll last longer. For the mascara, I'll be using L'Oreal Lash Paradise Waterproof Mascara. What I do is I look straight to the mirror and use the mascara wand to start at the base of my lashes. Then slowly, I wiggle it outwards to the end of my lashes. For my highlighter, I use the Makeup Revolution Ultra Contour Palette and I use this shade to highlight my cheekbones. So I use fan brush for highlighting my cheekbones, and as you can see, the finish is just subtle. And if I want the highlight to pop more, I just add more product in the brush and apply it. I also put a little bit of highlight on my nose. Now, for my favorite part, I'll be using this color tint by Colorette in the shade Olive. I really live for any lip products because they just complete the whole makeup look. what I usually do is I apply the tint in my inner lip, then blend it by putting my lips together. I also use my fingertips in blending the tint throughout my lips. So this is the final look, and I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Feel free to comment down below your thoughts and suggestions for my next video. If you want more content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and see you on my next video. Au revoir mes amours!